Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty. This is our 214th episode.
Yes, and I'm Allena, also known as Starnix. This is our bi-monthly podcast, and it's October 24th. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you're a returning listener, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, so grab a chair, pull up a chair, grab your knitting, and craft along with us. You'd think I'd know how to say that by now. Anyways, uh, no mojo for either of us, right? So moving on to whips. I guess I'll
Yes.
talk about mine real quick since I didn't start a new row. Look, I have, well, that's the back side of it. I'll show you the right side. My newt sweater is coming along. You can see this is the lace panel. I have to like attach here and down there where there's holes because you like knit sideways.
Okay.
So like attach those. This right here is an armhole. And then this is the right flap
Okay.
that I finished. And now I am working on the left side and I have to get, well, half of this flap done for my 75% newt turn in by the end of the month. So I've gotten a lot of knitting done. And for this sweater, the construction, like you knit the lace panel first, and then you knit like half of it's like up on the back of your shoulder and half on the back, on the lower back. And you knit those little sections, and then you pick up along the lace panel and you knit like sideways. It's really strange. I mean, not horrible, but it's, not your normal construction. But the pattern calls for you to do like afterthought sleeves where you knit waste yarn in and then you come back later and pick it up. Well, I've read a few of them didn't like how like the arms actually fit because basically, it's just like an opening. So one person that I looked at and I liked her sweater, she made actual armholes. So I bound off and then I actually did a little bit of shaping and added a few inches of space so that the armhole actually is a hole and not just one thing of waste yarn. I don't know. So we'll see. And I'm also planning on like they just picked up and knit in the round straight out. I'm planning on doing short rows to kind of make a sleeve cap so that it kind of shapes the sleeve to go down and not just straight out, if that makes sense. And I also put some short rows in up along here along the collar so it folds back and lays nicer, hopefully. So I've had to do some math and I was totally procrastinating on this after like the first week of October. And then I realized, oh man, I need to get it up to 75%. And I'll talk about my procrastination later on during the spinning section. But that's what I've been knitting on like crazy. Lots and lots of stockinette and stitch.
Okay. So, excuse me. I also have been newting. Um, so, um, as you know, I'm knitting my sweater, and I was worried there that it wouldn't have enough skein, enough yarn, um, to knit everything. So I had five. I started out with 5 skeins of this mashup. This is the fourth one, so I have one whole other one, and I'm on the collar.
Oh, so you're like almost done.
Yeah, well, you do the collar for 7 inches in ribbing, so that takes a lot of yarn, and then you do the button bands in ribbing.
Okay. But still, you're like,
so
the
I
end
will
is
enough, but yeah, so I finished the sleeves.
looking awesome.
And when I read the notes for this, I would put it on, except for I'm in the middle of a row on my collar. People said the arms were super tight and they didn't like it, but I followed the directions, and when I tried them on, they are not tight. They fit like sleeves.
That's
So
good.
yeah, it turned out really good. So I did that. And that's pretty much all I've been knitting on. Like I have kind of worked on those socks that I started last month. But I actually didn't bring them over. And but I haven't been working on them much. So they're just like taller than they were. But I have been working on my newt so much, I realized I didn't actually do anything for a class. How lame is that? So I just pulled out some yarn and I'm starting some. I went in my queue, excuse me, and I'm going to make these fingerless mitts.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah.
So
Just crochet.
are make us in one evening with a great movie mitts. That's the name officially. So I have like I decided I wanted to start making stuff from my queue instead of going into Ravelry and searching to make stuff. And I'm trying to use more hand spun. So this is hand spun.
Awesome.
I'm using a pattern for my queue. So like personal goal achieved. But I just now started this. So yeah.
That's good though.
At its best. Oh, I did turn in my 75%.
Yay.
So I can tell you about the other half of my newt now since we're in the You Spin Me Right Round section.
Okay.
So when we last talked, I had plied up all of my yarn and had to add in fiber to my newt because I got like 900 yards out of the 2 pounds of fiber that I had. So if you remember, it was a light gray. So I spent a day last week dyeing it in a kettle. I used the espresso colorway from Dharma Trading, and so it like the coloring here. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know. The coloring on the screen is really bad, but it's like a super dark brown. It looks kind of almost black, but it does look like an espresso bean.
Nice.
I was really worried when I was dyeing it because when I mixed it up in like you're supposed to mix it into a paste and then add it into the water, um, it looked purple. Like I was freaking out. I was like, how do you get brown from that? Because it was like a dark purple. And then I put this in and then I um, dyed it. And then I forgot about it for a day. So it sat there, which is fine because it like exhausted the color as much. But then when I took them out, there was like left was like this light purple. So like it freaked me out because I was like, if this goes, you know, because sometimes darker colors will break. But I was reading on the Dharma website and their colors aren't supposed to break. Like they said it was one of the ones that didn't.
Yeah, I like Dharma colors so far.
Yeah, so I was really impressed because I was really worried there. And I figured if it didn't work, I would get like a gray and over dye it so it would be like a brown gray. But it worked. So
It looks good.
it turned out. And so that is about 900 yards. Excuse me. For my newt. So I'll probably be making a sweater vest for Andy out of that and not the sweater I had originally thought. So I had added in some fiber that I had, and it's like a brown and black, or a brownish black gray with yellow, and it's 12 ounces. So when I added it in for my newt to be half, I need to get the yardage that to make up what I didn't make with this stuff that I spun, even though I did complete that part of the newt, like spun 2 pounds, dyed it. I still needed to make up the yardage, so I added in the fiber. So I have the first one done, and I'm spinning it super, super fine. It's a Polworth silk, and like some fiber, when you spin them that fine, they get so ropey, but this stuff is awesome. And then I just did a 2-ply, and I broke it up fractally I have a picture of it. So I broke it in half, and then I took the one half and spun it like it is. Obviously, that's how you do fractal. And then the other one I broke into 8. So that's how I'm going to do every skein.
Okay.
Like that. So I have that. So I spun up this one, and I got 468 yards out of four things. And so it's about, I would say, a fingering weight. Here's, so if you can see, that's 3 strands.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's still soft. And Polworth poofs when you wash it.
Yeah.
So I think I didn't take the wraps per inch because I know it's going to poof when I finish it. And then I'm spinning, and to turn in half, I needed to have 6 ounces spun. So I have half of the next hank on the bobbin, and then the other half is split into 8, and then I just took a picture of it on.
That's awesome. And you'll definitely get the yardage because that was out of what, 4 ounces? So then you have another 2 braids to go.
Yeah. So I've been spinning that, and it's really like not hard to spin. I like Polworth. I think it's one of my favorite fibers.
I do too. And Polworth silk is really awesome to spin too. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. And at first I wasn't sure I would like this because I'm not a yellow person. And this color is very like yellowy orangey. But it looks okay.
It's very fallish. It reminds me of butterbeer.
Yeah, kind of. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a lot of yardage, so I'm not sure what I will knit with it. So yeah. But that is my spinning.
Awesome. Okay, so after we podcasted last time, I don't know. I think I was like redoing my living room, and I like was putting together my shelves and bringing stuff up, and we brought our IKEA cube shelves up so that are on the other side of this wall, and that's where I had my fiber stash. Okay,
Cool.
so I don't have much of a fiber stash left. I've been working through it pretty hardcore for the past like 2 years, I'll say. Anyway, so I was bringing more stuff up, and I think I'd have to like go and find, but I'm like seriously low. I think I have like under 10 braids of fiber left, if that, in my stash. That's not counting like any of the stuff I've dyed myself, or to be made into Rolags, or have like raw fiber. Like I have plenty of fiber around, but like, you know, stuff that I bought. Anyways, so I brought it up, and like I was working on this, and I think I had started like part of the backs, and I like had added it together, and I started to knit one flap, but I really didn't want to do the math that was required for me to figure out the new way I was going to do my armholes, and was kicking myself for the fact that I said I would do that in my proposal. I'm like, why didn't I just do the stupid afterthought sleeves? Because it would be 10 times easier. So I set it down, and I started to spin, because you can spin and you know, forget about the math, right? Like I didn't want to do it. So I started spinning. I forget which one I did first. This stuff is, I believe this is Nerd Girl Yarns. Where are my things? It is a superfine merino and yak, 50%, 50%. It is like so soft. It's not even funny. Like, it's like some people think like alpaca is soft. This is like so soft. Anyways, so I believe I did this fractal. It's just a 2-ply. I got 237 yards out of it, but it's real manly colors. I think I'm gonna make Joe a new hat out of it. Yeah, it's like brown and green and black. You know, very, very manly and Joe-ish. He likes green. So yeah, this was a Fiber of the Month club. There are no men like me. I don't know what that's referring to. Anyways, I take my cards or tags or whatever usually, and I usually just write on there the yardage, and then I will attach it. I haven't washed any of these things that I've spun, but I usually just attach it to there, and then I have, you know, a tag. So yeah, so that's that. Down. Next up, I know I did, it was a mashup. I had some Shadow and Fiber Arts in Shetland, and then, so that was this one.
Oh yeah.
The colorway Fancy, but Shetland fiber, and then I had some Gypsy wool. That was just a plain oatmeal color fiber. I used long draw on these and just spun it. I believe I split the Shetland into fourths lengthwise, I think. And then I just plied them together. So I had this giant mashup. About 576 yards. It's going to be thicker, I would say worsted-ish weight. And I had a little bit of the Shadow and Fiber Arts Shetland left over, so I just two-plied it on itself. And I have about 61 yards of that. Yeah, so I like it plied with this oatmeal color. It mellowed out, that, like, you can tell, like, it's like a lot more mellow than what it was. So I did that, and like I was just like plowing through these. Like I think I spun each one up in a day or a day and a half or so. So that's that. Then I have, this is just some Rolex that I had that were not in my shop. I forget why. Oh, I think it wasn't like the random, I think it was a little more than 2 ounces, so I just didn't put it in there. But I called it a few crayons short. Oh, I think I made like a rainbowish colored sets, and these were like leftover ones where they weren't all, it wasn't the same as the other sets. That's why I didn't put it in the shop. Anyways, so there's all different colors. I spun them randomly, and then Navajo plied it. Also long draw, so it's big and fluffy, and it's pretty soft. But yeah, 202 yards of that. This one was
really avoiding, weren't you?
like super much. Like I was at the point where it's like, I should probably knit now, because like it was like a week and a half, and I'm like, uh-oh. So this one was from Zoo Creations. I got this pretty new into my spinning career, I will say. This is Corridale. So it's not the softest, and the colors aren't, you know, my favorite or anything. So I'm not sure if one of the girls will want something out of it. I don't know. But I got 378 yards out of it. 2-ply.
Wow.
And then there's this was from Sweet Georgia. I think I got this in a swap years ago. And I'm pretty sure it was the colorway Ginny and Harry. I think it was just like typed out on a little thing, and I must have lost it. But it's the Panda Blend, which is superwash merino, bamboo, and nylon. It's super shiny and super soft, and I got 496 yards out of it. So it could be socks, or I was thinking it would probably be really nice. It's like shiny, like as a shawl or something.
Yeah.
And then I've been working on this for this. I had almost finished like right after we podcast. These are my Rolags that I've been spinning on my drop spindle forever, right? The unicorn, heavy on the unicorn guts and happy little clouds. This one is washed up. And I love it. It's great. I got 690 yards out of this. It's a 2-ply. So I spun them up randomly. You know, the unicorn guts is basically just the white with all the fun stuff. And then the Happy Little Clouds was like half blue and half like different pops of color. So you can see like it's striped and fun. And I really like it. And I have no idea what I'm going to make with it, but I still like it a lot. And that's not all my spinning. I still have stuff on the wheel. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Put this in here. Okay. Oops. These are little bats. Well, I pulled this into little bits of roving from bats. Oh, here's that I carted up years ago. And I believe it's, I don't have it written anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it's merino and nylon and some Firestar. I intended it to be socks. So I'm making it into a true 3-ply. I split it up into 3 different bats. So I have one all the way spun, one's on the wheel, and I just need to finish these 2 up, and then I'll spin one more up and make it into a 3-ply. But I figured I should get 75% of my newt until I finish that. But yeah, so that's in my awesome little spinning bucket from Star Knits. And that's on my match list right now. On pause until I get, you know, my newt up to date. But yeah, so lots of spinning, lots of procrastination. But it was fun. And I'm seriously like running out of fiber to spin, which is okay.
Yeah.
Because then I can buy more or something. But I seriously have like a hand spun problem. I need to like knit with it or sell it or.
So your goal should be to knit now.
Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, so that's a lot of spinning. I have to figure out where to put those in classes. I'll probably sit down and figure that out once I'm done with my 75% of my knit. But yeah.
Okay, so sewing. Last time we talked, I was getting ready for some shows, and I had started sewing some rope bowls. Did I show you them? Okay, so I made some, and I made these little tags, and I put them on. This one is for me, so I did not sew it on because those things are killer. I know why I don't sew by hand because I like gouged my fingers like crazy. But I made some and took them to my show with me.
That's awesome.
So I've been sewing a little bit. Okay, a lot, but that's nothing. So yeah, and I made a bunch of baskets. So that's all. But we could go on to binging.
Sure.
Oh no, we need to talk about gym first, or you need to talk about gym.
Okay, so I actually updated our new swap that we're doing. And basically, I said it's just falling into fitness. So we need to get back into it, or if you're already doing it, awesome, go you. Basically, just do something, get active, and we're going to swap anything. If you want to knit for your person, cool. If you want to spin for your person, cool. There's not too many of us, like 5 or 6. So if anyone else wants to join, I figured I'd wait to pair people up until the end of the month so that if you want to knit or spin for them, you can do it in November classes. So I figured we'd just do that, swap people then. And actually, I probably will just take the list and you'll make for the person below you and just go around like that. It'll be easy, real simple. That's it. I actually haven't been doing anything though, so I've kind of failed at the getting back into fitness. Have you done anything?
Not at all.
Okay, well, my goal this week is to actually do a few times of whatever, even if it's raking, because it's fall and our yard is full of leaves. So I might count that. But yeah, so good job to those of you who are actually doing stuff. And yeah, that's it. Now binging. What?
I am in a serious funk with books. I don't know why. I just am. Like, I've been like apathetic. Actually, I don't even know where my iPod is. Because I went on some trips and I probably need to clean out my purse. It's probably in there somewhere. I hope, because it would suck if I lost it. Super whole. But I've been watching a lot of TV. And I am ashamed to admit it, but I'm like totally addicted to the show Fosters, The Fosters. And I don't even know why. Like, I don't normally like the teenagery shows. And I turned it on one day because I was in this like, oh, I should do something. And I was like, I think I just want to sit here and not do anything. Because I've been in a kind of like funk, mood wise. And I don't know if it's because it's been rainy a lot or just whatever. I've just been kind of like not wanting to do anything. And I try to get out of it, and like I've been diffusing like uplifting scents and everything. Um, but I'm still in a major funk. I think part of it is too like I don't know what it is. But anyway, so I was like, oh, that girl's from Teen Beach Movie, and I
Oh,
like the movies. I'll try it and see. I'll watch the first one and see if it's any good. And I was expecting her to be all bubbly and happy like she is in the Teen Beach Movie, but she's totally opposite. And I was like addicted from the first show. So I'm on that season 3 now.
I've watched it. It's like,
I don't know.
yeah.
It makes me want to like foster all these kids. Though I've actually kind of been wanting to do that anyways because our grandmother used to foster children, and you know, like, and I actually have a friend who is who's training to be a CASA person, which is court appointed uh special advocate or social advocate, something like that. But she'll like get a family and then um be there for the kids, like get to know the kids, and then she doesn't have to like be on trial or anything, like if they have, or but she talks directly to the judges for the kids, like what's best for them, because I think so much gets lost in the system. Like you see it in the show, like I mean everything's like 100 times more in the show. Like they show you like the spectacular, not like spectacular, but the explosive and like horrible cases. um you know, like not all um kids go through the same stuff, but I think a lot of them do. But so she's there to help make sure that the kids are taken care of, and the stuff that goes on is what's best for them. And then anyway, so I've been like thinking, you know, and like I've been thinking it for like a while, actually, like pondering it. Like I don't know if Andy would even be open to the idea, and we don't even actually have an extra bedroom. You know, stuff like that. Like I think like, you know, it might be nice to get to that one point where you can help out in that way, some way. But anyways, back to my train of thought. So I've been watching that show. And I'm just like, oh, you know, like it's I'm just totally addicted. Like I watch it like all the time. And then like, yeah, so I've been watching that, and then Bella and I are watching Star Trek Voyager, like totally opposite ends of the spectrum. Um, yeah, and then Andy and I are watching The Office. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, and I've been like watching Fear of the Walking Dead, and now that The Walking Dead started up, I'm not like binging it, but we're watching that, and it's super good. So,
Yep, we watched it too. Um, I'm not really watching anything. I've been binging on books like crazy to go along with my all that spinning and all this knitting. Like this one flap is over 15 inches of knitting. So I needed, to keep my mind busy while I was like plowing away on this. So I finished the Mercy Thompson and Alpha and Omega series since you sent me that thing, the one book that I was missing. So I finished that, and then I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was looking through some of the books that you gave me. I copied Alena's iTunes library onto my computer, so whatever. So I have all that. And I started listening to first, it was the Blood Destiny series. I didn't write down any of the authors or anything. We can put that in the show notes, I guess. I can go back. Huh? Oh, Helen Harper.
Yeah.
Okay, so I listened to those, and that was a really good series. And I also read through the Corrigan point of view, which is the guy. And I got them. The first one, you told me to go to Helen Harper's website, which I did, and you get the first Kindle book free. And then the other ones were 99 cents on Amazon. So I bought them. So yeah, those are really good. I enjoyed them. A little predictable at times, but still good. Enough to keep my interest. And then after that, I was like, okay, now what? So I moved on to the Bloodhound Files, which she's like FBI and gets like sucked in to a different world, like a different universe. It's like I kind of like it was okay, and I kind of was into it, but like I think you only had the first two books, and there's like I don't know how many they actually have, but I was listening to them, and like she gets sucked into an alternate universe where there are vampires and wares and was it golems or something, whatever. So she's like helping them find like some serial killer because that's her job. She's like a profiler. It was interesting enough. The person who narrates it, like it took me a while to like get into it because she talks really fast and like so the whole first book.
I don't know. I think I only had two books because I didn't like them. Like I didn't like the series. I gave it 2 books and I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah. So I was like, it was okay. I wasn't totally into it, but so like you didn't have the next ones, and I was like, okay, what next? So like then I moved on to the Allie Beckstrom series, and she has magic.
Which I only listened to the first one of that, so I haven't even gone further than.
Oh, well, you have 4 of them, and like I looked on Goodreads, there's like 10, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I listened to the first 4, and then same thing. Like I listened to them, but it wasn't. I always like compare everything to like the Mercy Thompson series. Like,
yeah,
it didn't hook me in. Like it was good enough, but it wasn't like I don't know. That one was interesting though, because like I kind of like the whole like sometimes the whole magic thing and people can do like anything and everything and it kind of annoys me. So this way they use magic, but it hurts them. So like they have to be careful of what they do because you have to pay a price for it, which I thought was kind of cool. And she loses her memory a lot.
Yeah, because at the end of the book she's like lost the whole book.
Yeah, so which is kind of annoying because you start the second one and she doesn't know like anything that's happened and whatever. So that was interesting enough. I think I listened to 1 through 4 of those ones, which is all you had, which is fine, whatever. And so then I was like, okay, what now? So you told me to do the Kate Daniel series, which is I started off with Magic Bites, and she's like some magic user type thing, but like I guess the magic keeps fluxing in and out, so like sometimes she can use it, sometimes she can't. I don't know. It's interesting enough. I'm on the second one.
Yeah, it gets better. The first one was kind of slow, and then it gets better.
I'm just like I said, I'm using them to try and get through this knitting, and
then after we talked, I was like, oh, I should have told her to do the Kate Daniel series are written by Ilona Andrews, which is a husband and wife team. So they write together, which is kind of interesting because then you get like points of views.
Well,
Cool.
so I went and saw on their website, like they had the guy, the current he's like the male lord
Oh
of
yeah,
shapeshifters. There's a point of view, but it's like a chapter, not even for each book. So I was like, what? Like I was a little disappointed that it wasn't longer.
yeah, yeah.
But
I forgot
it's still fun.
It's been a long time since I've read those.
Yeah.
But then I should have told you to do the Bitten series by Kelly Armstrong, which is the Women of Otherworld. And there's some books in that series that I just totally skipped because I don't care about the characters in the book. But like the Bitten and the ones like about Allena and Clayton are the best.
I'll have to do that next. I have to like actually put stuff because I have all the stuff that I downloaded on my computer, but I haven't put it into iTunes yet. So it takes me a while to do that. Maybe I'll do that while I'm listening to this one, so I'm ready for the next series. But yeah, so that's where I am now. I'm on the second one. You know, she's kind of
really kind of forget those. I think I remember I liked them because she was like super like swordsman-y and like cool.
She's like an assassin almost. She's a mercenary. She like didn't want to work for the magic order or whatever because she didn't do well with authority, and so she's always, you know, button heads.
Up though, like her heritage, like her dad. There's stuff about that in there too.
Yeah, they haven't gotten quite into it. She's like powerful but hiding it. I don't know. Like, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So like I said, I've like listened to like 5 different series.
Well, you've got like 300 yarns. So
I know. I knit a whole crap ton of knitting. So that's where I'm at.
I think I need to find a book series because then I will be more productive.
It's true. Totally true. But yeah. Other than that, we watched, you know, the first episode of The Walking Dead. We got Sling TV. What I was going to ask you, does yours cut out? Like, does it lag at all? Sling TV?
When we first did, it did a little bit, but it doesn't anymore.
We had some issues with it.
The very last
or cable or what? Sorry, what was that?
The very last like minute of a show or commercial, at the very end, it'll like glitch. Now, like the commercials always glitch, but I don't care about the commercials. So, yeah.
Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind. The kids are enjoying it because they have like the whole new set of like shows to watch on like Disney or whatever, and like Wizards of Waverly Place is on there, so they're all geeking out on that.
Like on Monday nights when we have our small group, she'll like catch up on her shows, and it's like all the stuff on Disney Channel, like that they have, like because it's like the on-demand stuff that you can watch.
But yeah, so that's been fun. I also caught up on, which is totally lame, but I had to, the Shadowhunters that's on there.
I had stayed current with those, but I'm so far behind, and I was hoping that Netflix would pick them up, but they didn't.
I had watched it when it was on TV, and then like when we had cable, I had like recorded them, but then we got rid of our box and got rid of cable a while ago, so I lost like half of them. So I think that's the original reason I got Sling a month ago, because I was like, I want to finish these, and then I knew The Walking Dead was going to be coming out soon, so paying for that instead of like paying for cable was way.
Well, we really like it. Like at first we were like, well, it's $20 and we get a free Roku. We'll try it.
Yeah.
So we did. And then we were like, this is pretty cool because we'll watch like HGTV or, you know, the channels you want to see.
Yeah.
You know, like Freeform pretty much always has a Harry Potter weekend. But we like to watch the Harry Potters because they have all the extra scenes in it.
Ooh, good to know.
And we at first we were like, well, if we don't like it, we'll just cancel it. But it's only $20, So, but then we ended up really liking it. Like we're actually looking at Walmart to get another Roku stick, but they were out when we were there the other day, so we could have it upstairs, because upstairs we always watch stuff on the PlayStation, but PlayStation doesn't do Sling because they have their own thing, which annoys me. So we have to get another stick, but that's fine. So we can just put it upstairs, and then we
got this. We got the stick with it, but for some reason, I forget what Joe said we need. We can't hook it up to our TV upstairs. Down here, we're watching it through our Xbox.
So they had two at Walmart. They had the Roku stick, and then they had the next step up. It was maybe $10 more, but it had the 3 plug-in things or the HDMI plug-in thing.
Maybe that's what we need. I don't know. He's like, you need something to use it. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
like if you have older TV, you need the 3 colors, the white, red, and yellow plugs.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we are really impressed with Sling, and we tell everyone, like, if people are complaining about cable, because it's like $150, if not more, for just
expensive.
And I'm always like, you about Sling.
Like we weren't even watching it. We watch more Netflix and like stuff like that than anything.
Right.
So
we're pretty much in random randomness now, so we'll just keep talking about this stuff. Yeah. So yeah, but we canceled our Amazon Prime. Did I tell you this last time?
Yeah, you did.
Get our car fixed, so we had to, cut where you can when you have bills. But we were looking at Amazon Prime because Andy's getting his master's degree through Liberty Online, and he, of course, will have an EDU email. So we were looking up, and it's like half, like $30 to get Amazon Prime as a student.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's not student because he really is a student. So, like, to use the student email. So we just have to sign up with his email, and we'll probably have Amazon Prime again, because, like, right after we canceled it, like, I had to order like Bella's birthday present and like all this stuff, and I was like, why did I even cancel it? Like, so yeah.
Yes. It is nice. I like Amazon for the shipping, or Amazon Prime for the shipping, let alone all the other stuff you can watch.
Like watching stuff, like they have different shows.
Yeah.
So I don't like how they have it set up. Like, I wish they were more like Netflix. But
yeah,
I kind of, okay, so there's two things. I wish they were more like Netflix in their genre, like, categories, but I don't like that Netflix says you should, because Netflix tailors those genres to you, because I made different accounts for everyone in the family, and what you watch, they tailor what your recently added is, and like all the stuff is tailored to what you like. Because I made an account for Bella, and then we watch like the shows I don't want to watch, because there's so much popping up on mine. I was like, I'm making you one, and you can watch whatever you want on it, and I don't have to worry about seeing stupid whatever. And so, like when we're sitting as a family, I will watch like stuff on her account so it doesn't show up on mine, because they do tailor it to you. So that's the one thing I don't like about Netflix. Like, I wish they would just say, this is what we added, you pick what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wish you could turn off that.
So I think it is nice though, because then we'd have the same thing. Like, we have our own, and then we have a kids one. So like the kids don't have crap popping up on them that they don't need to see.
Yeah, that's different. But you can make a children's account on theirs, so like it won't go over like PG-13 if you don't want. But I'll that's the only thing. But like Amazon has none of that, and it just has like, I don't know, they don't organize it very well on Amazon. So.
Yeah. Or I feel like all their lists are super similar. They're like popular or like primetime stuff, or I don't know. It's like, I find it funny, like on Amazon's list, like things are like recycled. Like you see like the same movies or shows.
On Netflix too, though, because I'll be like, that's not new. It's been on Netflix. You've been telling me to watch it for like 2 years. And I haven't watched it yet, so I'm probably not going to. Like, that's my theory. But anyways, more randomness. Bella turned 13 last week. It's kind of crazy. Like, maybe that's why I was in a funk. Like, my youngest is a teenager. My is at college. What am I gonna do? Like, not like what am I gonna do, because I'm not that person that only did stuff for my kids, but it's just kind of like weird,
It is.
like
Um,
really weird.
I I mean, I'm not that far up there yet, but I'm still having the same thoughts. Like, I watched Jude and Luna for Trevor and Lauren the other day, and just having the kids' old toys up here. Like, I had Jude playing with Truman's train sets, and I'm like, Truman is 8, like going on 9. Like, I mean, that's not 9 yet, but he's 8. He's in 3rd grade. Like, I remember doing this with him, and it felt like yesterday, but really it was like at least 6 years ago when he was 2. It's really crazy. Um, Time flies.
That is, like, you kind of miss it, but then you're like, I don't miss not sleeping at night.
They're busy. Like, they
Um,
left, and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. um,
and if you have like different stuff, like now you have to worry about your kids having phones and like people tracking them, like because Bella got a phone, so I'm like, okay, your location can be on for these apps, but this app, no. Like like, and you need to be careful with who you friend. It needs to be private. Like I'm like so like worried,
it's scary.
and then like
Here,
yeah,
yeah.
scariness. I mean, you have like different concerns, and yeah.
Attitudes and stuff. Oh, yeah. Um, yeah, definitely. Crazy. So Leah and Trubin both had their last games of volleyball and football yesterday. So that's finally done. Though Trubin wants to sign up for basketball now, and be in the basketball league.
Bella is on the. She's been doing basketball. She really likes it.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, and it's awesome too because remember last year at the end of the year, she like hated school, didn't want to go back. She wanted to be homeschooled again, and we were like, well, she's loving school this year.
That's good. That's awesome.
Like such a big difference between elementary and then middle school. Like she just loves it.
That's good. Leah, on the other hand, she's like, I'm not doing volleyball again next year. I don't know if it's like too much girly drama or what, but
Probably.
we'll see. I'm like, middle school was the worst years of my life. Just wait till high school; it gets better.
Yeah.
Um,
Like so Bella's doing basketball and she really likes it. But I mean it makes it um later for sorry, the rabbit was like falling off his chair. And it was funny. But yeah. So I had 2 shows the past 2 weeks. So 2 weekends ago, there was one in New York called Little York, and it's supposed to be a good one, but I wouldn't know because it was crazy. So for New York State, you have to um, apply for a sales tax license. All the states are different, and it's obnoxious, especially when you don't live there because you're a transient vendor, so you are only there some of the time. So anyways. So I did the New York one, and then I called them and I was like, I have this show that I just found out about, blah blah blah, and they were like, yeah, it'll be fine. We'll have all your information, and you can go and blah blah blah. So then I get there, and the lady who's running the thing was like, well, I think I kind of need that, like because she's just trying to follow the rules,
right.
even though the people I talked to said otherwise. So I like got there. So like I wish I had known this before because I wouldn't have booked a hotel and driven up there. It was like 5 hours away. I got there and I was like, great. So I helped Dawn of Fairy Tale Knits set up and get ready, and then I went back. We went back to the hotel. Like Bella was with me because you'd already paid for the hotel, so like I was already booked, and but it was kind of turned out really nice because my friend Danielle that I know from Germany um she ended up in Teresa, New York, which was only like an hour and a half away. So she and her husband and her kids drove down and we like spent the day together. So it was cool because I haven't seen her in like 12 years. But and like you have those friends that um you don't see them for very long, but you can like pick up and
Yeah.
just yeah. that's what it's like. So it was really nice to see her because I hadn't seen her for very long, and
That's awesome. So it worked out.
so it turned out like to be a good day. And then like it kind of sucked like driving all the way, but it was kind of like a forced vacation, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So we just kind of chilled and did that kind of stuff. So then last weekend, right? Oh, so at that show, I was helping Dawn at Fairytale Knits, and she needed I got yarn. She needed a bag, a bucket. She wanted a bucket for a swap that she was doing. So I had all my stuff, so we just traded, and she was scanning and tagging yarn because like when you go to shows, not always do you finish everything you want to, so you just bring it with you. So she was tagging this, like we were hanging out, like we actually stayed at the same place, so we were hanging out, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. So this is her new base called Shining Armor. It's 92% superwash merino, 8% lurex, which it's like an actual ply.
Ooh.
So yeah, so it's fingering weight. Look at that sparkle. You can see it.
Yeah, you can.
So this, and okay, so these colors are washed out, but it's like a dark blue and purple and sparkle. It's so pretty. And this is her colorway, Hello Sweetie. I don't know. Is that backwards?
Nope, that's correct.
Okay, because it's backwards on my screen, which is funny. But anyways, so we traded for that. So the bucket and the yarn traded. So then she has like kits where she has like the pattern available and yarn to make it with. And she also has Chiagu needles there. So like in her booth.
Mm-hmm.
So she has kits where she sells them. So she wants to have crochet kits. And I'm always like, I can crochet. I will be your crochet knitter or crochet person. Like I'll crochet your shop models for you. And she's like, okay. So then she was like scanning up some more yarn. So she has this. It's the Dobby stock yarn that she has, which is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's super soft. But look at this color. Isn't that pretty? Like the dark blue, dark purple and white and the fuchsia. So pretty. This is her Banshee colorway. It's so pretty. So I got this.
I like that.
This is not an ad for Fairytale Knits, but it kind of is because she does like awesome colorways with awesome names. So yeah, but anyway.
Very cool.
So that happened at Little York too. So then last weekend was Rags, Fiber Affair and Wool Market, and that's like a small one in it's in Delmont is where the town is, but it's like halfway, well, closer to Pittsburgh. Like it's close to Pittsburgh. So and it's like a smaller one in like a fire hall, but it's a really like busy one. Like a ton of people came through. It was a lot of fun. Like I enjoyed it. So that was last weekend. So I had that show, and I was actually able to sell it because I live in Pennsylvania and I have a Pennsylvania license. So yeah, the thing that sucks about that New York one is I came back, and then like Tuesday or Wednesday, guess what was in the mail?
The license.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna just like start looking in New York for different fiber events and just like use the heck out of that thing because that'll show it, right? But anyway, it's all right. I mean, like I had a forced vacation. I got to see my friend, and
yeah,
it was so yeah. But anyway, anything going on with you randomly?
No, we've just been kind of busy with kids and sports and all that kind of stuff running around, but it seems to be settling and stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's always nice when it starts to settle.
I finally got this room back in order, and we got our dining room reset back up. Did I don't know if I ever said on the podcast about getting doors at Restore.
No,
actually Mary found, she was at Restore and she texted me a picture of these French doors for only $125.
Really? That's awesome.
So we had her put them on hold, and this is a couple weeks ago, and we went and looked at them, and they're pretty nice. They're Pella door. Well, I mean, it says Pella on the window part, and they have like the little mini blinds inside the glass.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're a couple thousand, like new. So they're not like brand new or anything, and there's a little wear and tear in them, but they're decent and way cheaper than what we were going to be able to afford. So we picked those up. They're in our garage right now. So now all we have to do is knock a hole in our wall and install them so that that can go out to our deck. Also, Dad and Mary, they ripped out their existing dining room and kitchen flooring, which is not, it was like wood, not like real wood, but like, you know, like laminate wood flooring that has the tongue and groove stuff. And it's oak colored, and it's not my top choice, but it's nice. And we have that also in our garage that we're going to put in our dining room, which is awesome because free is good.
Does it have the same size, like the same dimensions?
It's a little different, but they had like their whole, it was like their dining room and kitchen, and like hallway that goes out to like the garage. So like it was a decent amount. Joe's like, it's not going to cover it. I'm like, our dining room isn't that big. It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure we're going to have leftover. Either way, we have the same gross, nasty carpet that we had in the living room here in the dining room. And I can't wait to get that out of here. So that's our next project, is the dining room and getting that out and putting the new flooring in and knocking a hole in the wall and putting the doors in, and then I'll paint the walls and like redo that. But not yet. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. Things are coming along. I love being in this room though now because I painted everything and it looks so much different and fresher and brighter. So it makes me happy. So yeah, that's it. That's all we've been doing. Little remodeling and stuff and whatever.
So that we're just rambling. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys probably in a week or two because August.
Yep. Sounds good.
Have a happy Halloween, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Have fun. We'll
Right.
talk to you later.
Bye.